and it is currently for the Unified Welterweight Championship of the World. What's happening, all man? Great news. Ugas versus Spence. It's on. It's official. April 16th, man. Shot that on your calendars, man. It's going to be a good fight. Tune into Jay's channel. One step closer to the biggest fight in boxing, which is Spence versus Crawford. Pending if Spence beats Ugas. Now, this is a big fight for Spence. Nobody really knows what state he's in at the moment. You know, he's had that layoff from his eye surgery, whatever he had, you know, from getting injured before the Pacquiao fight where he pulled out, and Ugas, you know, stepped up to the plate to win in good fashion. You know, now Spence was a really good fighter, you know, and Ugas is as well. Ugas is more of a defensive fighter. Spence is more of a you know, aggression guy. Likes to test the other fighters' limits, you know, always jumps in, jumps out of the pocket, you know. Now Ugas is a guy that waits for you to jump in so he can, you know, put you back out. I'll call him the diffuser, you know. He diffuses the situation, you know, usually with a jab or with a right hand lead or a looping right hook, which was very effective against Pacquiao. Now this fight is an interesting fight. Now, even though Ugas diffuses, you know, the situation, which you saw him do against Pacquiao, which you saw him do against Porter, you know, you're used to seeing Porter come forward on the attack, you know, being the aggressive fighter. Now Porter really did change his fight against Ugas. You know, he changed his style. He was outside of the pocket for majority of the fight, you know, because he couldn't get in. Like I said, you know, Ugas always beats the guy to the jab, you know. Like I said, he's a defensive fighter. He's waiting for you to come inside the pocket so you can defuse the situation, either with body shots or with an effective jab. Now, the difference between Ugas and Spence, or I should say Spence and Porter, is that Spence is a lot taller than Porter and he's a lot taller than Pacquiao. Now Spence, I believe, is taller than Ugas. Spence is a guy that establishes the jab, you know, so I mean, I believe Ugas is going to have problems here with Spence. I think that it depends what Spence is going to do here. If Spence decides to try to establish the jab, then he's going to have problems with Spence, you know. But if Spence goes in there eager to get him out, you know, goes in there with aggression, jumps in the pocket immediately, man, he could get defused, you know. He could see a right hand lead, he could see a looping right hook that could shut him down, you know, or a stiff jab. So he's got to really be careful here. I believe that Spence really needs to establish the jab. Keep in mind, Spence is also good on the back foot, you know. So I mean, he doesn't really need to be the one coming forward here. You know, he does have the height advantage, to my knowledge. So I mean, it's definitely Ugas' hardest challenge, I believe. But then again, you know, like I said at the start, we don't know what state Spence is in. You know, he's been really reckless with his health. You know, he's had car accidents. Now, you know, he's had eye surgery or whatever he had. So I mean, nobody really knows what Spence is going to come to the fight. You know, is Spence going to be 100%? But I mean, if he's not, you know, full credit to Ugas. You know what I mean? He has beaten Pacquiao, and I believe that he should have won that fight against Porter, you know, hands down. Now this is a good fight, you know. You all know that Ugas was meant to be in a mini competition. I'm glad that he's getting his chance to unify the division in a pay-per-view fight. You know, that's well deserved. You know, he did, after all, beat the legendary Manny Pac-Man Pacquiao. So I mean, this is what Ugas deserves, and it's good to see that we are one step closer to our undisputed fight, which could possibly be Spence versus Crawford, and that will be definitely the biggest fight in boxing today. So it's exciting stuff. April 16th, the fight is on. Like I said, is Spence in the right state of mind? Is Spence going to establish the jab and use his height and reach, and test them later in the fight? Or is he going to come immediately? I believe if he comes immediately, Ugas could win a couple of rounds early on, which could be a problem here, So, it's an interesting fight for sure. We will see what happens with this, man. I'm definitely looking forward to it. Like I said, it's one of those fights that everybody wants to see because, it's one step closer to the biggest fight in boxing, which is Spence versus Crawford. And I believe that fight will definitely happen if Spence pulls through. But that's all I wanted to say, man. It is the aftermath, and I'm looking forward to that fight, man. Let me know what you think of it. And who do you think will win, man? Let me know your take. Chuck it in your calendar. It's definitely going to be worth watching, man. Thanks for tuning in once again. Leave your comment, man. Look forward to hearing from you. Peace.